Welcome to Early Morning Catechism. Today we are going to do the last chapter of the document on the sacred liturgy. I'd like to begin by showing you some of these pictures. Constitution on the sacred liturgy is on sacred art. And we know that as Catholics, art has been very much a part of our faith. When people couldn't read or write, pictures, stained glass windows, statues, those things became very, very important in helping people to understand the story of their faith. In the Constitution on the Sacred Liturgy, the Council Fathers make some very important points. First, of their nature, the arts are directed toward expressing in some way the infinite beauty of God in the works of human hands. Second, all things set apart for use in divine worship should be worthy, becoming, and beautiful, signs and symbols of things supernatural. Third, the art of our times from every race and country shall be given free scope in the Church, provided it brings to the task the reverence and honor due to sacred buildings and rites. In other words, the art of every culture is respected. Fourth, art should be about noble beauty rather than sumptuous display. Fifth, the church buildings should be suitable for the celebration of the liturgical rites and for the active participation of the faithful. Sixth, sacred images, statues, and so on should be maintained for veneration, but the number should be modest, and the placing of these statues and other images should reflect right order. In other words, the church shouldn't have so many statues, and especially in the sanctuary, that it detracts from the importance of the presence of Jesus in the Eucharist. And lastly, there are some matters of concern. The shape and structure of the church building, the shape and structure of the altar, the security of the Eucharistic tabernacle, and the display of the baptistries. And all of this will be spelled out in future documents on the liturgy. Lastly, the document says that all artists are engaged in a kind of holy imitation of God Himself, who is the Creator. And so people who create art are involved in a very holy and sacred ministry. And we know, just as we looked at the music that happened after Vatican II, we know that we went through a stage in the church where I know the artwork was not the greatest. I remember being in a church where the people made a lot of banners. That was the in thing. I remember coming to church on Sunday and there were two banners hanging, one on each side of the altar against the wall. One of them had a mixing bowl with a spoon in, and it said, "Mix it with love." Another one had a smiley face, and of course it said, "If someone doesn't have a smile, give them yours." Had nothing to do with Scripture, had nothing to do with the sacred story. And so the artwork changed. It had to go through a period of 10 or 20 years, and now the artwork is becoming much more beautiful and meaningful. And people were disappointed that all the statues were removed from their churches. That doesn't need to be, and it's not what the council said. They should just be in the right place, emphasizing the most important thing, Jesus himself present in the Eucharist. We come to the end of the document, and there's one thing I want to leave you with. In everything that has been said about the liturgy, the most important point that seems to come up over and over and over again is that everything should be geared toward full, conscious, active participation of the faithful.